So my reply to Dominick about his resume statement, when you were talking about it, you were talking about how it's good to put your strengths and your weaknesses on your resume. I kind of partially disagree with that. I don't think it's a positive aspect to put your weaknesses on your resume alone. So there's kind of like an asterisk to that. Putting your weaknesses on your resume alone just stand out as weaknesses. They just stand out as what you can't do. And essentially, in 6 seconds to an employer, 6 seconds is about the amount of time they take to look at it. You don't want them to be in a negative mindset when looking at your resume. You want it to be positive. So while I do agree it is a good idea to put your strengths and weaknesses on your resume, you need to know how to do it. So the best way to put your weaknesses on your resume are to state your weakness and turn it into a strength. So an example of that would be, for me, I'm a horrible speller. If you watch me write on paper, you will see misspelled words left and right. I just can't spell. I don't get it. I don't know how people are good at it. So for me, when I write down on a resume or I go into a job interview and employers ask me what my biggest weakness is, I always say spelling. But I don't just say spelling. I'll say I would consider my biggest weakness to be spelling, but because I know that about myself, I take multiple steps to ensure that what I am sending out is properly spelled and looks professional. A couple ways I can do this is by having another employee proofread it, or better yet, I can copy and paste it onto Word, and that way I can spell check everything that I've done. If I'm not sure about a word, I can always look it up in a dictionary or Google it, and through these methods I can make sure what I'm posting is spelled correctly, polished, and professional. It also helps me to proofread what I'm sending because I have to go back and look at it multiple times to ensure that my spelling is correctly, and overall it just helps make a more polished, professional post. And so as you can see there, my weakness, which is spelling, actually turns into a strength because it's making me reread my work and recheck my work before posting something, which decreases the chance of me posting an error. So something like this is very important to know how to do. Everybody needs to take time to look at their weaknesses and know how to turn them into strengths. But I thought that was a very good video post.